don't do it. Number one, don't do it because someone told you it's hot, it's cool, it's it's the next big thing. That never works, right? So NFTs are just collectibles. They just happen to be digital. If you go to the Louvre in Paris and look at the Mona Lisa, 99% of people are just going to say, that's just a picture of some old lady, right? That's been around forever, and people have assigned value to it. A lot, and the 1% are going to think it's the most beautiful piece of art that they've ever seen. NFTs are the exact same thing. It's just, a collectible that happens to be digital. And the advantage of it being digital are severalfold. One, you can't mess it up, right? If you have a baseball card, if you have a poster, if you have an Andy Warhol piece of art, there's always that chance that something's going to get screwed up. There's a famous story about Steve Wynn from Wynn Hotels in Vegas, and he had a $130 million piece of artwork he was going to sell, and he tripped, or somebody tripped and poked a hole in it. So there's always that risk. And,
right.
With an NFT, it's digital. So there's no risk. There's no risk when you sell it. There's no risk when you transfer it. You can transfer it immediately. So if you create an NFT or I create one and you want to buy it, it takes about 2 seconds for the transaction. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Value is in the eye of the beholder. Demand is in the eye of the buyer. And so if you can create an NFT that has demand, then it's going to be worth something. 99% of NFTs that are created, like 99% of art, like 99% of music, like 99% of the people who say, oh, I could teach that Peloton class and get everybody rolling, right? It's not real, right? But for the 1%, the people who can do something special, then there's a real market for it. And that's where the NFTs get their value. With crypto, there's a lot of similarities with the stock market. There's an old saying that I've always had in the stock market, that everybody's a genius in a bull market.
Yeah.
Where when stock prices are going up, everybody will tell you what stocks they're buying, right? When stock prices are going down, everybody gets really, really quiet. And it's the same with crypto. When Ethereum and Bitcoin and some of the others are going up, everybody will tell you how smart they feel. But when they go down, no one wants to say a word. And the reality is you have to look for the utility or the value of any investment that you make. You have to say, why are people buying Bitcoin? In reality, Bitcoin, just like an NFT is a digital version of art, we compared it to the Mona Lisa, Bitcoin is a digital version of gold. Gold has value because people assign it value. And those types of investments are called store of value. They're kind of like commodities, like you just said. Bitcoin's the same way. It just happens to be digital. It's limited by an algorithm and how many that's created. So there's a scarcity factor. You can't just create it forever. And because of that, and because it's easy to transfer, it's easy in some cases to use for cross-border payments between people in different countries. So there's some utility, but mostly people buy Bitcoin and own Bitcoin like I do because other people own Bitcoin. Just like people buy gold. Now you hear a lot of stories. Bitcoin is a hedge to inflation. Gold is a hedge to inflation. It's not. It's not. We're having a lot of inflation right now. Bitcoin ain't going up. We're having a lot of inflation right now. Gold ain't going up. They've bounced around pretty much where they are. And so you've got to understand, if you're buying Bitcoin, it's a store value. And like any store of value, gold or otherwise, the price is based on supply and demand. Ethereum's a little bit different, right? Ethereum has some level of utility where you can use it for transactions. Most NFTs are bought and sold using Ethereum. So in order to buy a Bored Ape for 100 Ethereum, you have to go buy that Ethereum. And so the more demand there is for Bored Apes or the Ape coin or whatever that's based on Ethereum, the more value Ethereum, the token, is going to have. And so when I look at any of my crypto investments, that's the first question I have. What is the core utility of it? What value does it serve? At this point in time, what I'm doing is looking to see, is there anything there that's gotten so cheap that it's time to really take a strong look at starting to buy some. And I've dabbled, when Ethereum gets down under let's say $1,800, I'll buy a little bit. When Bitcoin gets down under 28,000, I'll buy it just a little bit, because it's really hard to predict how low it's going to go. So I haven't gone all in yet. Don't do it. Number one, don't do it because someone told you it's hot, it's cool, it's the next big thing. That never works, right? Do it because you see a fundamental reason for it. And it's the same thing with crypto. It's not because everybody's buying the crypto, it's because they're using it for something that creates value. Like I've invested in a crypto token called Klima, Klima, and it's a DAO that buys carbon credits that I can then use for my business to
cool.
burn them. Yeah. Now the good news is there's a utility there, so I can say I'm offsetting my carbon footprint by buying them and burning them, and that creates value. The bad news is it's down like 99% because a lot fewer people are doing it. So even though in this particular case it served a real purpose by allowing me to burn carbon credits and offset my carbon footprint, not enough people are doing it, so the value still can go down. But I haven't sold any of mine because I think if it does, and it's still a big if, I'd say the odds are against it, but if it does catch on and people start realizing that, hey, the environment's important to me, and I want to offset the 20 tons of carbon that I create a year, this is, I think, one of the easiest ways to do it.